discuss flow states, how to achieve flow states through drawing. And as you can see, I'm using 2 pencils at the start of my session here, this drawing session. The two pencils are one of the components I use to achieve flow states. We start here with a little scribble. And through an uncontrolled scribble, you can achieve a flow state. Now, flow state cannot be something that you can practice or you can plan any more than you can achieve it. So one of the things that aren't necessary is practice, because you can never achieve flow state in a novel experience. So be it drawing or something else, you first need to be comfortable with what you're doing. And so with my ambidextrous style of drawing, this is not something you can get into a flow state easily with. First, you have to learn how to draw with or be comfortable with both hands before you can get to that level. But it stays the same. The whole idea stays the same. I just find it easier with the 2 pencils to start with or get into my flow state, because I think it overwhelms my brain doing all these things together. I mean, I'm speaking in a foreign language. I'm making up new novel characters or discovering just things, because it's not drawing from imagination. Drawing from imagination requires that you have some image in your mind, or at least a verbal script of something that you want to see materialize. But this is not what I'm doing here. What I'm doing here is just drawing, as it were, So you just scribble and let your mind relax. Think about other things. This is where it helps to do these streams, these live sessions where there's a lot going on. You have to just, well, in this case now, I'm speaking a foreign language, and I'm using all of my faculties, really. The both hands doing their own things. And trying to keep it all together. And the only way really to achieve all this is through a type of flow state. But like I said, before you can have a flow state, you have to be comfortable with the tools that you are using. That is step number 1. If you just joined us, welcome. And I hope you find value here and enjoy the demonstration, because this in fact is a demonstration of what can be achieved if you just let yourself go into a state of flow where you ignore your basic idea of what you will be doing and just do. This is the main thing. You have to do. There is no plan. It's all basically improvisation. So practicing just improvising will regularly put you into a flow state, and This is not just with drawing, with other things that you practice in your life as well. Um, you can achieve that through many other mediums. But I can assure you that it is a wonderful state to be in, and you can discover new things about yourself and the, the process. What makes it more fun than drawing from imagination or planning out a type of thing that you want to create is that you get to surprise yourself. You are also just a spectator in what happens. This is the main thing. You are a spectator and you just see things appear. It's like magic, really. Welcome. I see there's some new people coming in. You have to excuse me. I can't actually read on the screen and do all these things at the same time. So just bear with me. Perhaps in the end, I will take a moment to see what goes on. But please, if you want to help me, you might want to write some comments in the section. Give me some feedback on audio, and if I draw too fast, because last time or some previous times I go too fast and then my internet would give some problems. So hopefully that's not the case here today, and I would appreciate some feedback on those matters. But look here, this first character is kind of wonderful. And when I started this portrait, I had no idea this is where it will lead. And at this point, I start to come back to my senses, out of the state of flow, really. And now I have to make a couple of decisions. And in this case, I'm going to go for a little background just to make the image pop out a little bit more. These images are all part of my series of the Room of 1,000 Faces. I've still got another 300 and what is this? This one is 677, so there's 300, or just over 300 to go. I don't want to get my brain to think about math at the moment, because that is pure logic and will take me out of the flow state. It will totally take me out of the flow state. But there you have it. This is the first portrait for the evening, or for the day. And I think it came out quite nice. And we move on immediately to a second little portrait. I'll start the whole process again with a scribble. And you can do this kind of thing yourself, you know. The ambidextrous style is a wonderful way to relax. But it takes a few weeks to get your non-dominant hand to lean into it. The way I started, which is not a very long ago, I wasn't born ambidextrous or special in any kind of way. Anybody can do this kind of thing, because when I started, which was only with the ambidextrous style, I taught my non-dominant hand, which is my left hand, to write. And this is where the whole thing began. And yes, if you do something a lot, it becomes sort of automatic anyways. And this is where you can start exploring with a flow state. Is once you get a skill to a level where you don't have to think about it, you just have to relax. Um, such a skill will uh, easily put you into a flow state. So the important thing really is not to overthink it and perhaps overtax yourself with other things. These are wax pencils. I use them to bring out a very dark value, and this makes this little picture pop. I mean, you can continue with just pencils, and as you can see, in the room of 1,000 faces, it's a long journey, and you will find yourself just exploring with different mediums and different styles. Anyway, so let me see how this character comes together. And this is the fun part. As you just go along, you sometimes get an idea or feeling, and that your body will basically just align with with that and make it happen, as it were. You don't have to plan anything. It's not as taxing as planning and stressing over your sketching or what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. And it's not a stressful situation at all. It's like a meditation, really. And it's really fun to relax into it. And I can say now, it is well worth your time and effort to try this kind of thing out. I mean, you have to take any skill that you already have, and then you can apply these same principles to it, just to experience the state of flow for yourself. And once you've experienced that state, you can explore with other mediums, as it were. And in this case, for me, I like doing it with drawing. Now, I suppose you can actually achieve this kind of thing while you're painting or doing other kinds of art also, as well as, well, I mean, you understand. You know what I'm talking about. And look at this character. Very, very cool. Look at that. Really nice. See, more people coming in. Thank you, guys. Like I said, you might want to just leave me some information, because I can't really be involved with the chat at the moment. I'm kind of I'm kind of busy, but I would appreciate some type of feedback so I can keep on improving my drawing sessions here on YouTube for you guys. But this one is portrait number 2 for the session, and I suppose we can just frame it up and then move on to another set. This is the thing, if your body would eventually say, you know what, take a little break. And it's all about how fit you are in your skill, you know. So that takes a lot of practice. If once you get to a point where you are very fit with your skill, you can stretch it for longer and longer and longer times. So at the moment, I find, depending on, well, various physical factors, I suppose, I go, sometimes I do 7, 8, 9, 10 portraits back to back before my body says, you know what, or my mind says, you know what, that's enough stimulation, and take a little break. So these two would be now 6, what's it, 6, 7, 9, and 680. So once again, I'm doing all these the same. It starts with my little scribble sketch. A scribble sketch is just a way to prime your mind to what you're going to do. And I'm using these 6B soft pencils so that I can smudge a little image, and that creates a little ghost figure, but it already adds a lot to the whole thing, as you can see. And I think on this one, let's just continue with the pencil so you can see how you can build this thing up. But this is also the value of making a series of things. You get to think about so many things. You get to experience a lot of emotions, and you get to know yourself a lot better through the process. And going with a flow state, or developing the idea of flow state, it really helps because it makes it easy to put in the hours it takes to really develop your skill much further, much faster. Because it's all about the physical practice also, you know. You have to get your physical body, your muscle memory to really get into this whole thing. And that takes hours and hours and hours of just doing whatever it is that you do. But I hope you guys are enjoying this section. And you can find on the channel a lot of videos. Some of them have commentary, some of them don't. There's a whole section of shorts that uses this basic same principles, the same basic style. So you can, I think the one playlist is called For Your Viewing Pleasure. There's like maybe 80 or 90 short videos where you can really see me using different mediums. It's all dry media, but you know, pastels, pens, and to create these things. The good thing about creating a big or large series or body of work, you get to really find yourself doing similar things that that you don't like, and then you can identify, oh, I've got a problem with drawing eyes too close or too far. So you do a few, you say, oh, okay, so I have to think about this kind of thing. And then by magic, in your flow state, you will remember those things and you will apply them as you go along. Because suddenly, when you draw, you realize, oh yes, I'm making that kind of mistake again or whatever, and you think about it, but you never stop. You never stop your process. You never lift your pencil from the page. Really, you just continue drawing, but you can think all kinds of things while you're doing it, because you're not thinking about what you're doing. You're just thinking about the concepts or something. But it's better to just relax and think about something totally different, and then every now and again you sort of tap in again and say, oh yes, this is good, or this is lovely. So it's all about exploring your inner self, really, with this tool of having a type of flow state. See, this is now pencil only, and you can just come in and add a little dark highlight here or there just to bring it out, or certain things just to make it a little pop. I mean, these Room of a Thousand Faces portraits, they will eventually find a home, and when a view from afar, you want somebody to be actually able to see them. So this is the thing with pencil sketches. They're a little bit light. They're very good for displaying in a book form, but if you have them up on a wall, between other things with darker mediums, they sort of tend to fade out. So you have to add a couple of details with a darker media. In this case, I've got the wax pencil and the ballpoint pen, just to bring in little highlights. And make it really pop. This let's just make this one a little bit dark, the background. Seeing that the lady's got quite a somber face, or maybe it's just concentration. I mean, this is the thing. If you do self-portraits, you look at yourself in the mirror and you do a self-portrait, you will find your resting face, or your face where you concentrate, seems kind of somber or angry or something. But I can tell you now, it's not it's not the kind of face that you see when you smile for the camera. And most people have a way of looking angry or sad when they sit and concentrate. All right, so we go on to portrait number 4, and just to solidify this whole principle, I'm going to start with the same process so you can see. So you can see exactly how this whole thing comes together. You see, at this point, look at it. I'm already, I've basically decided by the lay of the lines that the face structure I want to do is down here, and So I can basically just add the skeleton, as it were, in, and then I just use my fingers to create the whole thing. So it's very uncontrolled, like that mark over there now. It's much darker than I would have liked to, or my academic brain would say, well, that you just messed up. But this is the thing, if you just work with the chaos you create, you will find a way to make it fit in the end, you know. So you just have to basically trust the process. This is what I can say about that. Just flow with it. That's the whole idea of a flow state. It's a question of not really paying attention to the what or how. You're gonna trust your process. You know that it's gonna work out. Doesn't matter if you draw a line like this or you do that or what. In the end, you will see your own self already knows what to do. You have to trust in it. And then you just let the chaos happen and then you enjoy it. You are a spectator in your own creation process here, and you just have to continue. Never stop, never doubt, just go. Go, 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 isn't it? That's what they say, go, go, go. And like I said before, you can have a look at your eyes in a portrait situation. Your eyes and your mouth are the centers of emotion. You can change the vibe of a character by changing those two things. A slight little smirk or grin or or something will change a somber looking face in a very, very immediate way. And for me, I've only been drawing for maybe 10 years. I only started drawing after I taught my left hand how to write. So it's not like I've got some special skill that I was born with, some great talent or anything. Anybody can learn how to do these things. It's definitely a skill that you can learn. I taught myself how to do these things, and now I want to share the experience, and maybe if I can find a way, I would like to help others achieve a similar thing. Because in my mind, I found that it is a very beneficial, it's been very beneficial to me in getting to know myself better, which is something that I want to share if at all possible. So all my tips and tricks, if if I'm lucky, I would be able to share all of them over the course of time with you. Like, the problem is you can't plan anything. If you want to do in a flow state, I can't script my my sessions. I can't actually plan anything and say, you know what, I want to say this, I must say this, I must do that, because that is not a flow state. And so Things come out when they come out, and it'll take some time to sort of bring all the knowledge or applicable things that I know about flow states. It'll take a little, quite a few sessions, I suppose, to bring all of that into a shareable format. But oh, look how beautiful. Hello, lady. Yes. All these characters, they have their own little story. You can, when you look at them as they develop, you already let your mind fantasize about little stories. You see certain emotions in them, and yeah, it's quite a playful thing, and that makes it super fun and worth your while to try it out. So, now I think we're gonna end this stream here for tonight. I appreciate all of you coming along, checking it out. Hopefully you had fun and found something useful. Until next time then, I'm gonna frame this thing up and we call it a night or a day. There you have it, folks. What a lovely, lovely thing. It was the first one, the other one. Thank you very much. Yeah. I'm up so early because I can't have access to internet during the day, and so I've only got the night hours to do these kinds of things, and so that's why I'm up so early. My local time is I think it's just 4:30 in the morning. Where you guys from? I see there's a person here from, what is it? Can't sleep. Yes, that's crazy. Oh. Yeah, you see, tell me if you like jazz. Yes, I do love jazz. I love music, and the thing is, I draw with music. I like drawing with music. I go very super fast with music. I take my one hand, tune it to one instrument, and then I would take my other hand, tune it to other music or to another instrument, and then just go with the rhythm and the flow of it, which is kind of groovy. Okay, I'm going to have to keep this camera still. All right. But yes, I'm gonna log off, guys. Thank you very much. Have a great evening. Yes, I'll check out your playlist then, but check out mine too. I've got a long one. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, man.